My name is Kate Walker.
My name is Nelly Rodriguez.
My name is Lisa Cody.
I'm the Conservatory Director of the Dance Conservatory at Booker T. Washington High School for the Performing and Visual Arts.
And I'm in the Music Conservatory.
I am part of the Theater Conservatory.
And I am deaf in my right ear.
I am deaf.
Deaf culture is pretty new to me. I only lost hearing in my right ear in June of 2021.
Deaf culture is really important to me. I've only recently discovered my deaf identity, and it's really shaped who I am today. I've noticed a lot of changes in my life, especially whether it be daily life or communicating with others or in art.
Deaf culture is extremely important to me, and I don't think that it gets enough attention. I think that we have a tendency as hearing people to believe that their culture is the same as ours, they're just signing instead of speaking, and that's not remotely true.
Being deaf as a dancer has been an interesting challenge.
I'm in music. That's all I have to say. Playing an instrument that is really high-pitched is very difficult, especially for me and my limitations on what I'm able to do.
So many dance teachers, and as a dancer, people will just yell corrections at you while the music is playing and while you're performing, and I can't hear that anymore. And so it's made me much more sensitive to my students and the dancers that I'm working with to make sure that we have a dedicated time and space where we can talk about notes and feedback and corrections.
It's a big challenge, I will say that. And having to listen to everybody else, it's a big thing in orchestra. All of you guys are working together. So it's like when I can't hear what exactly we're doing, it's, I struggle a lot. But I don't let it stop me.
So being able to create art that sort of transcends auditory limitations, I think as a dancer, I'm lucky because that kinesthetic feeling and that movement is something that everyone experiences. They just might not realize it.
I always tell my students that a well-acted piece of work, you can turn the sound down and still understand it. And if you can't, then you need to work harder as an actor to push it there. So I think that's such a big part of it. I'm also very big about silence on stage or on camera. Those moments of silence are so important. So important.
Here at Booker T, they already give you a community. They put you in conservatories based on which conservatory you audition for, and you already have like your tightly knit family. But for deaf culture, I will say that the community is very accepting and is very welcoming. And certainly, I've met many deaf artists, and I've shared my experiences with them, and we've kind of bonded over it.
I think that day to day, I don't get as much deaf culture as I would like now that my sister is not here and my nephews are all grown up and they're off on their own lives. But I miss it. And I know that I'm better at what I do because I've spent so much time with the deaf community, and that communication just filters into what I teach.
A huge piece of it is that people don't know that I'm deaf in my right ear. I don't wear a hearing device. There's no hearing to be aided, so there's no hearing aid to wear. I do have a scar from the brain surgery that caused my hearing loss, but my surgeons were really good, so it's not very visible. So I put a tattoo on this side, but it's really beautiful, and now people want to talk to me about the tattoo on the side that can't hear anything. So a lot of it is just people not even being aware of my disability.
We're not dumb. That's a phrase I hear a lot here. It's like deaf and dumb or something. It goes like that. We're not dumb. We can communicate, whether it be ASL, whether any sign language really, spoken language or simply writing.
I would say I feel really special I went through a very weird process to lose my hearing, having a brain tumor removed. And the first question that I was asked when I told anyone that I had lost my hearing was, oh my gosh, how are you gonna fix that? And the answer is I can't. And I'm really okay with that. And I feel kind of like I have a new superpower in my deafness.
Love everybody for who they are. People are different in any way, shape, or form. So things change. You know, you might lose your hearing sometime. Hey, you might not. You don't know. You might keep your hearing, you might not. But it's something that a lot of people tend to take for granted, is their ability to hear.
And so I hope that for anyone who's overcoming challenges, whether it's deafness, part of the deaf community, hard of hearing, whatever it might be that they're facing, that they can turn it into something that is empowering for them and their own little personal superpower.
Understand. Fine.